CarolJo's, which is a place where community and creativity come together for jewelry making. We do lots of fun things here. We do chats twice a week. That is your time to ask questions about jewelry making, accessories, running your small business. Also, it is the time where we as a community share tips and tricks in creating jewelry. So we also twice a week will have tutorials. This week, one of our tutorials is about using cabochons to create a pendant or a connector, and our other one is called glass bead blossom, I believe is what the words are of it. And that is where we're going to use those two bales that we've had here recently. Hi, Murda. And I'm going to show you how to make it into a cluster pendant so that you can wear it on a necklace. So those are our two tutorials. And then throughout the week, we have events. Those events are live, and that is where you can claim items that we have up for the tutorials or just other items that we have up for grabs. It's a time where you can find things so that you can be creative. Hi, Geraldine. So the way our schedule goes today is right now we have a chat time. Tonight we have our super fan event. We used to call it subscriber event, but TikTok changed the name to super fan. So we're going to have that tonight. We have right now 20 items up for grabs. One of the items is something I've never done before, so you guys are going to have to tell me. I only made 6 of them. Should I show you guys? Let me know in the chat if you want to see what it is. Hi. Oh my Lord, the game. Someone over here on TikTok is like talking about the game. You know, our 49ers here. I sat there and yelled. I will not lie, everybody. I was cussing. It was a little too close for comfort. Way too close. But we made sure that Chicago will not be the #1 seed in the NFC. So, hey, I'm excited. Hi, Gladys. Okay, I'll grab it here in just a moment then, Geraldine. Hi, Mike. We do not have Ashley today. So if you guys can do the 10 shares, that would be awesome. And also get us to 10K, and then I will be doing giveaways. And those are the numbers for TikTok. So we've got that going on. But tonight we have our super fan. Tomorrow we have, I got to grab the whole entire schedule. I wrote it and I forgot it already. Oh, And we're also going to talk about our quote, and then I will grab those and show y'all. Tomorrow we have a silicone encore event. That is that container that we were going through when we did our pop-up on Friday. We're going to continue with that container on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central. Then Tuesday night, we are going to do that cabochon tutorial that I was talking about. And then on Wednesday, I thought I'm just going to grab what I have for cabochon settings to see if you guys wanted any of those after seeing what we're going to create with the cabochon settings. Hi, Mia. So I just thought we'll just grab those, go through them. It might not be a very long one, just to let y'all know. And then Wednesday night, we're going to have chat time at 8 p.m. Then Thursday, we're going to have the glass bead blossom tutorial. And that's where I'm going to show you how we can create that pendant and create a necklace with a tube bail. And then Friday, we have an encore event. Friday night at 7 p.m. because we don't usually do these at night very often. We've done it a couple of times, but I thought, okay, we're going to switch around our bead event and put that on Saturday. Friday night, we're going to do a silicone event with our Valentine items. So that's what our schedule looks like for this week. Then we're going to talk about our quote for this week that we put out there earlier today. And that quote is, "The beauty of crafting is that it turns quiet moments into something beautiful." And I just have to say, it is so... I don't do anything on Sundays with lives. I take Sundays off for my family, Mike. I was going to say, when I read that, I was like, I have to pick this one because it's really true. I sit up here in my bead room. It's a quiet area. And it's so funny because while I am creating, I actually don't have any music going or anything going on. It is quiet in here. If I'm working like invoicing or getting items ready for our live events, I actually have either like YouTube on, I'll have Netflix, or I'll have YouTube, you know, I'll have something in the background going on. But when I'm creating, it's quiet. So I have the question to ask. Is it quiet when you are creating, or do you like to have the background noise or something going to help you concentrate? When I actually work on the computer, I have found I have to have music going because that breaks everything else and I can just focus right here. But while I'm creating, I don't want to focus just right here. I want things flowing, so I create quiet calmness. For Rose, TikTok is always on. And we all have something different on how we do it. So Patty has Netflix on when she's creating, but Gladys likes it quiet. And that's one thing that is so super cool about us, is that it just depends on what we need to do to have our moments. And that is part of, like, one thing is trying to figure out each individual, what helps you. If you're in that moment where creative block is happening, do what it takes for you to naturally start creating. Like for me, it is no interruptions. You know, this week is hard for me because I have Buttercup here at home with me. Oh, see, I love my sports. But last night during the game, I couldn't do anything. I was 100% focused on the game. I was going to work on getting some Gorgonias ready for events or to go to the W, and I couldn't. I had to watch the game. Cece says, I like having TikTok on, but she finds it's too distracting. So I've been listening to true crime. And see, for me, if I really, really want to just concentrate on what I'm doing, it is put the earphone, you know, your headphones on or your earpods, whatever it is that you wear. And for me, it's music. If I want to concentrate, just do music. Hi, Maria. And of all things, it is the 90s, like late 80s or mid 80s to 90s, glam rock and that type of thing. Put that on and I am going because the beats keep me going. It just keeps my brain concentrating. Yep, long hair rock. But there's some of them I don't like. Ryan and I are really into what we do like and what we don't like. And we both like the rock music, but he likes the unknown bands or the unknown hits, like the B-sides, where I'm like, give me what was on the radio. Maria says music helps her concentrate. And that's the way everybody is. We each have our own thing to do that. So yeah, so I loved that quote when I saw it because it made me stop and go, okay, how do we all do this? I know not everybody does it my way, but I wanted to ask you guys, how do y'all do it? So the one thing that I said at the beginning is I have something new tonight on our Superfan Live. Superfan Live is where you have to be a super fan to be able to comment. If you're not a super fan, then you're not able to comment. And the way that you will be able to claim the items is to, it will be as a super fan. Everybody can watch it, only super fans can comment. So you got it, Cece. Yep. And it's just like, for me, it's just like I can type, I can think, I can just do it, but I cannot create jewelry in that. So like when I had my corporate job, I had to write up all the documents. There are certain names for the documents and that type of stuff that for all of the requirements of what we wanted to have done to the softwares that I worked on when I had a corporate job. And to get the words flowing, I just had music on and it would just flow, type away. Don't know how many times I actually sang out loud because they would send me a message and go, you're singing. Or they would send me the words of what I was singing. So, yeah. Welcome to the Jungle was a favorite of theirs because I guess I would I didn't consciously know I was doing. I'd beat on the desk, sing it. I'd beat into certain parts and then type. And when the beat at certain parts type, they were like, you're funny. So yeah, that's what I did. But I'll show you what we have up for tonight. And I only have 6 of them. See, and that's where I was last night with a cookie sheet, a bead mat, working on doing the gorgonias. We have a box of beads. Now they're turned sideways. When you have them this way, they look cooler. They're fuller looking. So, this is what we have up for grabs. I only have 6 of them. They are all faceted beads. So the theme to this box of beads is that it had to be a faceted bead. Ooh, and this one is in the wrong spot. I see it now, I'm moving him. There will be rondelles. There are round, there are bicones, there are 8x6, there's 4 millimeters. So there's all different, but it's all like the colors almost of the rainbow. Instead of red, we have pink. And then we got some neutral colors. And then along with it, we have a cheat sheet, I will call it, of what everything is that's in the box. So number A would be up here, number A, or letter A. And then you can look and see what's in there and how many of it there are. So that is what we'll have up. See, and I didn't have to have the radio on. My husband has to have the radio to sleep. Thank you, Geraldine. This will be one of the items up tonight for grabs in our super fan. And I only have 6 of them up because I want to see what input is from a super fan night to see if we should do more of them. All right. It took me a while to do these because of the fact that I just had to sit there and do this. It just took me a while. Well, now that I got it, I think I can do that. Thank you, G-Tree, is it G-Tree for the follow? If I pronounce that wrong, let me know. Hi, Zuli. We'll have them up for super fans tonight. I have not priced them yet, so they'll be up. I'm doing good. How about you? But you guys, let me know, even if we're not going to do those for the super fan night, let me know if you guys want those, because I was thinking about some of them as I was doing this. When I get the bead strands, if I would do it right away, awesome to hear. I was thinking, you know, like we had all of those crackles, and if we would do we might not have like 4, 6, 8 of the same color crackle, so there might be different colors of crackle in it, but we could do like 5 crackle of 4 millimeters, or 5 crackle of 6 millimeters, and then the same thing with like the glass pearls. So Patty B has a question, and she says, I have so many older creations. Do you take apart and make bead soup? I don't take them apart and make bead soup. I take them apart and I will use them right away to make something else. That's what I do. Because if it hasn't gone for a while, you know what? It just needs to be repurposed and changed into something else. Trends change all the time. How can I change it to the current trend, but not to lose as much of what I have put into it? Because as you take them apart, like if it were a stretchy bracelet, you're out the stretch cord, which is not that big of an investment. But if it were a wire bracelet, you've got two of the crimp tubes and the wire. The crimp tubes are the part that's the cost. So that's where we are going. So they're making comments over here. Okay, so yeah, you'll be out the cord in your time, and that's just what stinks. But you're like, it's not selling, I got to do something different. Somebody's comment was filtered over here on TikTok. But on TikTok, they're talking about an event that will be happening next week, and it's really 5 events. So what is happening is that Zuli, and she is Zuli, and my world, because I am me, it looks like Bella, but it's Bea, Bella Boutique. So when you think about it, she is going to have, she has the schedule. So that's why I'm saying, if you're on YouTube, go over to TikTok, follow her there, because we're going to do these all on TikTok. But follow Zuli. And she has out there for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, there are 5 people that are going to be teaching on their own personal TikTok accounts. And so Monday, and if I get these wrong, Zuli, please correct me. Monday, I believe, is Sour Rose, and she has a resin necklace, and she is 6:30 Eastern, or not Eastern, Central. Zuli is going to do Tuesday, and she is going to be using a pendant and making a necklace with the faux suede cord. I can't remember her time off the top of my head. Wednesday at 8 p.m., I will be teaching you how to use cords, 6 p.m. Eastern for Zuli on Tuesday. And at 8 p.m. Central on Wednesday, I will be teaching you all. I've got it figured out. I got to get the picture so that you guys can see it when you're following Zuli. It is a leather button that you can use different types of cords, a charm, a jump ring, and a little bit of wire to create a choker necklace. I've got it sitting on my desk, one of them. I want to make a second example and then take the picture and get them to Zuli up today. But here, I'm going to grab this here. I'm going to put it on here. It's on black and the cord is black. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to put that leather button in the front with a charm. And then we just have a little bit of the wire there. I'm going to bring that up close so you guys can all see it. I'm going to teach you how to make a really simple choker necklace. That is what I will have on Wednesday. Thursday is Stacy Ann. I don't know what she is teaching because I don't remember seeing it. I might have seen it, and I don't remember her time either, so don't. And then Izzy has Friday. She's doing it 2 p.m. Central on Thursday. And then Friday we have Izzy teaching. So we will all be on our own personal TikToks. So if you want, Zuli has a video out there. I will be sharing it here yet today so that you guys can follow all 5 of us so that you can come and watch us do different creations. So, I mean, we've got resin in there. We have what Zuli's making. I'm like, I want to watch that one. That looks so cool. We have Zuli's that she is doing is a different necklace. So the resin is a necklace that Vicky is doing. I know 3 of us have necklaces. How's that? But it'll be fun. And that's something that we'll be doing starting on Monday, January 5th. So we got a week to get those all in your calendar. You got a week to go follow everybody. But that's what we'll be doing. And then I was going to say, also put it on your calendars. I've got to get better about putting my events out on the event page on my TikTok. Yes, and prepare your supplies. Yes. So I know I'm not going to have the buttons up until after the event because I want to use all the buttons to show examples. So, and of all anybody who follows me, you're going to find this humorous. The buttons are truly about from the Hagar collection, the Hagar estate. So that I'm going to be using. But you can use any button you want that has a shank. That's the one thing I'll tell you. It has to be a button that has a shank on it. Yep. So I got to get today the picture and the material list all to Zuli so that it will be provided. I got to work on that. I'm like, oh, yep. Nope. They're going to they're going to be there. Yep. And so I'll show you guys. I haven't put them in their packaging yet because I'm going to do that next week. But I want to show you what we've got. These are the types of beads that I'm talking about. Let me take the lid off. Look at this container. We have large ones. And they can be brown and they can be black. We got some medium size ones. And then we have even small ones. But this was her leather button container. It's full. This container is full. I just think it's amazing. And I'm never going to use them all. And I literally went downstairs to where all of the Hagar items are at in my one storage area that I have downstairs. That's supposed to be a guest bedroom. And I'm like, what can I do? And I saw those buttons and I'm like, I am going to do something with the buttons. So that's how this all came about. It really was, I saw the buttons. And even look at this. I think this is the only one that's a square, but look at it's a square button. I have no idea where she got these. You can tell that they're loved, but they're cool. So I'm excited about that. I have buttons, but I have to have somebody help me with them. And I know this is going to sound really weird. Yeah, Cece, I will. Hold on. She's got some in a baggie in here, but see, this is the leather buttons. So this is how like some of the stuff came, just in a container. And you're like, all right. So I don't know how we're going to put them up for our live event yet, but we'll get them there by next week. But I also have like deer antler buttons. We need Zuli, that is just so sweet. I was thinking I'm going to do that. I was thinking of putting like 4 or 5, just a random mix in each baggie is exactly what I was thinking of doing. In all honesty. And I have a question to ask. I do have a fan going in here. Is it loud with the fan? You guys need to let me know. Because it's supposed to be a quiet fan, but I got it on full blast, so it's really loud to me. So I wanted to ask you guys. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know, because I'm like, ooh, if you guys hear it, you'll be like, what is that noise? So, and Ryan was so funny because I was running. That's why I was a couple minutes late getting on today. I was getting the fan because this room is really hot today again. Hi, Heidi. I was going to say, Zuli, your memory just reminds me of when you have someone that 100% supports what you're doing and is there to get you what you need. And so for me, my like sweet memory like that If anybody else has sweet memories, you guys go ahead and share them. But mine is the marbles that come out of a spray can. Ryan always collects them for me, and the first time I asked for marbles, he went out and got them for me. I didn't know that's what it was. You know, we've talked about that, but it's just a sweet memory. So anytime he has an empty spray can, I get marbles. Right now I have just a handful, and I need more so I can make a batch, and we'll make them into jewelry. So that's why when you know someone is there and supports you and gets you what you want when it's just really the oddest thing in the world, you just are like, they support me. Thank you. Love you too. That's their I love you without saying I love you. And that's why I love those types of stories. So I'm so grateful you shared yours with us, Zuli. So, but the other thing that I was going to work on today is I got to get price. I got like 3 more things I got to put prices on, and then Buttercup and I are stickering this afternoon, everything for tonight's live. But the other thing that we're working on is you guys asked for me to break down like the cubic zirconia and the faceted wheels into like different. So this was our I honestly didn't think Ryan would ever know. You know, I was just like, I need marbles. And he's like, okay. And then he went outside, and I'm like, all right. And he's gone. You know, you're just like, all right. And then he came back in like a half an hour later with marbles. I was like, ah. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take our full strands, and I find the middle of it like I have right here. I cut it in half, and then I just put that into a baggie. And when we show them, I don't open the bag because one end is not tied, and I don't want beads all over the place. But that's what I'm going to do on what we have remaining of these, so that for an encore event, we can bring these back and have half strands. I don't want to pick up off the floor. Oh, that's so sweet there, Gladys. I don't know if I will take that back. I did. What do I do with the marbles? Oh, I'll tell you. So when we went to Arizona a couple years ago, we went to a few bead stores, and he did go in the stores with me. So what I do is I crackle them. So you crackle a marble by putting them in the oven at a high temperature, and then you will bake them to get them extremely hot. Once your time is up for that, you take ice cold water and you put the marbles into it directly from the oven. You just take and pour them into an ice bath. And when you pour them in there, you will instantly hear what sounds like the ice is crackling, but it's really the marble that is crackling. And so it will change it from just being, I've got some of the marbles in here. They're right over here. I haven't done anything with them yet. I'll show you what they look like before. I don't have any of the afters because I am sold out of them right now. But you have the marble here, and it's just a transparent marble. There's blue, there's clear. He's got something on him. I need Ryan to go clean that one. I'll have him clean that. We've got like green. I don't have a brown right now, but there is brown. And when you crackle them, they look like they have the inside is like, just like a faceted, and they are really cool. So yeah. So yep. So that's what we do with the marbles that you get from the inside of a paint can. So he had something in his paint can that was black, and Ryan just didn't get it cleaned off for me. And then what I do is that I will take a bale that is like a, I'm gonna go see if I can find them. Hold on just a second. I want to have a tutorial on it, but I need more marbles. I don't have them in here. I can't find them quick. I have a container with them in there. There is a certain bale that I use that I glue on with E6000. And it has a little loop on it, and then I just make it into a necklace after I've glued the bale on. You can do, and I got to do these sometime. I should have them in here maybe. I do not have that part. I thought I had them in here. I should set these out so that we can have these up. Maybe I'll do that this week. But you just glue that on. Not all of them have marbles in them. There are one or two things that are in there. It will either be a marble or it'll be a round metal ball. It's one of the two, depending on the manufacturer. And I don't know which manufacturers are which. So yeah. And Ryan doesn't paint as much as he used to, so I don't get as many as I used to. How you get them out is you have to have a completely empty can. If there is any paint in that can, when you go to open it, it will spray you. So I actually had some ladies that they had a craft business where they would do craft things like where you come in and make signs and all that kind of stuff. They did all different kinds of things. And they would use spray paint cans and they would save them for me. And there was one that Ryan thought was empty, and it was key lime pie color. And he came in with key lime pie. If you go to the www CarolJo's, I can't say the rest because TikTok doesn't like it, KC Ruby Slippers, you can go to, there's two sections on there. When you go to there, across the top it says home and S word, and the S word is where I'm talking about. TikTok doesn't like us to say these things. There is jewelry there, and you can see what I make. But you gotta love TikTok. But yes, Ryan got key lime pied. That's our joke. So that's how we learned. You do have to make sure all of the air or whatever's in there, all of the paint is out before you open it. And he just takes, he has a really big, like a long screwdriver, and he just hits it. The air will come out. You'll hear this. Once that's done, he just takes a long nose plier and peels the metal apart. Yeah. There you go. Use them for target practice, and then you can take them out. With a pick. There you go. Yeah, he just has this thing that he just, and he gets them out. So I don't have to like open cans or anything like that. He does that for me. I'd be lucky. That's what we're here for. We all can share just little things so that we can all use things together. The other thing that I was grabbing here, because I was trying to see if the parts were in there, but they're not there. Hold on. Hold on. I don't have my backup account, so I don't know if you guys are back on or not. I was getting a phone call for one of the kids. Sorry. But we have little glass bottles with the cork. And I've been saying I will get those ready for you all. I am taking them out. How about Saturday? Should we have these available for Saturday's bead event? We have that one. We have some smaller ones, it looks like. They might be about the same size. I don't know. Let me see. Nope, they're different sizes. Oh, you're lucky there, Miss Geraldine. Yep, we have 3 bags of those. So, these are the other ones that you can use. You can put chips in and stuff. But I gotta find the tops for these that you would glue on to close those up. I know I have them, I just gotta find where they're at. Once I find those, I'll bring those up. Thank you for all the gifts. I appreciate that. So we'll get some of that ready for this Saturday's event. I have a question on the cubic zirconia and the wheels. Are you guys okay if we bring those to this week's event for the encore event? Will that work for you guys, or do you want to wait another week? I'm up for anything because I have some other beads that we can bring to encore. Yes. Bring them this week. I can bring them this week. I just gotta get stickers on them and that's it. Okay. And the encore event is Thursday. No, not Thursday. When is it? Is it Friday? Yeah, Friday. We have the encore event Friday afternoon, and then on that night we were going to have silicone, Valentine silicone. I was going to have the encore event and then do the tutorial on Friday. But then I'm like, no, I want to go see if we've got any more of the bales left. If we have more left, we will be bringing those to the encore event on Friday. So that's why we have 2 events on Friday and not just one Thursday, one Friday. Just trying to spread them out this week. And next week, we'll do our chat on Monday night. Hey, Angela. Okay, so I have another question because we've got to work on this week. When do you guys all take down your Christmas trees? I did have a good Christmas. I did. How about you? See, we usually take ours, you know. See, and when I did this without before I met Ryan, I always took mine down on New Year's Day. Ryan normally is like, get it down right away. He doesn't like having it up. We used to put it up on, because we always have Christmas at my house on Christmas Day. So we would put it up on the 24th and we'd take it down on the 26th. He does not like having the Christmas tree up because it takes up too much space. Well, now we have Buttercup. And because we have Buttercup, she was like, let's put that tree up. So we put the tree up. Well, AKA, Ryan sat it up and she decorated it. Hello. Oh no, that's not good. I'm laughing, but I should not be laughing because I totally get it. So when I was a little girl, we had a cat that didn't climb the tree, but what he did instead was that he opened all the presents. Literally would open all the presents. Until we figured out if you wrapped a box of his cat food and put it under the tree, and then he would sit on that box and leave all the presents alone. So I would put mine up on the Friday after Thanksgiving and take it down on New Year's Day. As long as maybe if we don't get any snow this weekend, maybe we'll take it down this weekend. We haven't even talked about taking it down yet. See, I didn't put it up this year. I did not. Ryan did it with Buttercup. See, and that's what we were talking about. A lot of people, a lot of our friends wait until January 6th for Epiphany. Ooh, there we go. So Buttercup was talking about wanting a tree for her room. And the first tree she picked out was like too big for her bedroom because she wants a tree in her bedroom. And it reminded me of Val's grandma. They call her Duchess. Duchess has a tree in every room of her house, like every bedroom, everything. And so while, Buttercup and I were talking about it and putting up our tree, I texted her and I go, I'm thinking of you. I just wanted to let you know we were putting up our Christmas tree and Buttercup wants one in her room. Reminded me of you, and I just had to text you and say I'm thinking of you. And she, Duchess texts back. I just am putting them in all the bathrooms right now too. And she literally does have trees in the bathrooms even. Like on their countertops in their bathrooms. They have little small trees. And Duchess had given trees to my kids when they were little so they could each have a tree in their bedroom. And they were like, and when I mean little, they were like maybe a foot around, about 4 foot tall. So for a kid, it's a perfect size tree for a little kid. And they loved it. So Stacy, when you were talking about that your littles would like to keep them up year round, that size of tree, and then you could change them out for different seasons, different holidays. Like after Christmas, you can make it a Valentine one, and then St. Patrick's Day, and then Easter, and then do one for the spring, and then one for summer, 4th of July. You can do lots of creative things for the trees. We're creative people. The wheel ones are just coming completely off of their strands because their strands are wire. Yep. And so every room had, the bedrooms all had in her house, like the about a 4-foot tall one. The ones in the bathrooms were just small ones. And then we still have one more Christmas on Saturday night. We're going to do our last Christmas. And my mother-in-law brought for Buttercup, even though we still have one more Christmas and it's theirs, she brought on Christmas Day to Buttercup a Christmas money tree. And you just take a very small tabletop, like maybe a foot tall little Christmas tree, and then you put money on it and you paper clip it to the tree, so you get your own money tree. Oh, that is so sweet. I love it, Stacy. I love it. So now she has a Christmas tree for her room. Well, and you know, I have to tell you what, so Buttercup has, through her dad, he has twin daughters that are 10 years older than Buttercup, so her sisters are 19. So yesterday, she went to go spend some time with her sister, one of her sisters. They're twins, so they're the same age. But she went with one of them, and she has a boyfriend that they're going to get married here in 2026. And she took them out to lunch with her money from the money tree. I was like, we didn't even know they were going to go out to eat or anything. We asked her on the way home, after we got her back, we were like, so did you offer to pay for your own food when you went out to eat? And she goes, I paid for everybody's food with my money that I got for Christmas. I was like, aw. I thought it was just amazing that she thought that through. Now we just got to make sure we can continue on that road of thoughtfulness. Because before she even told us that, I was like, oh, if I would have known they were going someplace, I would have given her some money. Because, you know, they're young. They're still teenagers. Yes, they are adult, but yeah, I was just like, they're starting out, and they, you know, and I'm like, I didn't even think that they would have gone somewhere. So I felt guilty, and then find out she paid for it. I was like, oh. Yes, it was only McDonald's that they went to, but still, the fact is, she paid. I think so too. I did reward her for it though, because I was like, if I would have known that they were going someplace, I would have given her money. So I gave her today, we sat and talked about it. And I said, had I known you were going somewhere, this is what I would have given you so that you could do your own thing. So I'm going to give it to you today. And she's like, she was just in shock that I gave her money for that. If you could have seen her face, if I could have recorded it, it was very cool to see. But do you know the one thing I forgot about throughout this whole Christmas season? And I didn't think about it until like that night that I should have done it earlier in the day. And that is, I did not give Buttercup's teacher a gift for Christmas. I'm like, oh crap. I'm usually on that kind of stuff when my kids were in school. Totally slipped my mind this year. So I'm like, okay, we got to do something sometime throughout the year. We just got to figure out what it is. I was thinking about when she goes back giving her one, but then I'm like, okay, do we do that then or do we wait? Oh, well, I feel bad. She's probably going, okay. And I'm thinking, you know, I don't want to do like, you know, everybody does they do, but it's not till the end of the school year. It's like at the last week of April, I think it is. But in February, I think we have another another conferences. So I was thinking of doing something for conferences. I was gonna say, got to think about where they teach school at, where she goes to school at. They don't have a Starbucks, but they have a local coffee shop. So I was thinking maybe there, or there is a few where the town that she actually does live in has a few different things too that I was thinking I could get her something for too. But then I was thinking about I want to talk to the teacher about this, and that is do something with yeah, that's what I was thinking, like having all kinds of different snacks for her for conferences in a little bag or a basket of it. For Valentine's Day, I was going to ask her if they do anything for Valentine's Day for like the moms or whoever it is in the kids' lives. And then I was thinking about seeing if they want beads, and I could even go in and like help them out, or she can if she wants to. I don't want to overwhelm the teacher, because I can go in and, you know, work with them and teach them how to make a bracelet for someone to give on Valentine's Day. Yeah, Target is close to where she lives. That would be a good one. But I was thinking like do like little individual size bags of like popcorn and chips, and then having whatever her favorite drink is, you know, that type of thing in a basket. That's what I was thinking I'd do for conferences, since I didn't do Christmas. I feel so bad though. We can't take it into the school is the only problem. I got 4 of these done while we were talking, everybody. We got 2 of the wheels done, 2 of the cubic zirconia. Holy buckets. Hey Val, I saw you join. Are you here or did you just swipe? No, I'm gonna be like, did Val come in and go? Yep, they did. Okay. That was the kid that called. Thank you for the heart me. Ooh, okay. I like that one. Thanks for the heart me, Stacy. But I'm going to hop off here. We're at 3 o'clock. Buttercup and I are going to go sticker. Yeah, I think so. That's why I was going to be like, I'll call you when I get off. I'm going to call Val back. Buttercup and I are going to sticker for a little bit. We'll be back at 8 p.m. tonight for the super fan. And we are going to, when we go to do that, it will be a chat only for super fans. Everybody else can watch, but they can only be the ones that claim. And the one thing that I didn't say about it, yep, we're going to have fun. The one thing that I'm going to say about, that I didn't say about it is there will be a discount. I can't say that word. There will be a creative credit percentage. There we go. For you guys. Awesome. I love it, Geraldine. I hope you're having fun looking at it. But I'm going to hop off here for a little bit. We'll be back at 8 p.m. tonight. Only on TikTok. Sorry, YouTube. We'll see y'all later. Bye. Okay, Rose.